What is going on YouTube? Steve the Canadian coming back at you. This is going to be an unedited, unfiltered, raw video. Gonna make it a little shorter though, so ain't gonna be no 40-minute video. But what we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen, if you follow my Twitter, you've already seen it, is a 2006 Mini Baja bike. Look at this. Did you just look at it? Now, some of you guys might be saying, well, Steven, what's so special, other than how clean this fucking thing is, about a Mini Baja bike? Well, let me tell you guys something about this bike. This bike is 18 years old and brand new. Gotta count for something, I guess, right? So, looking at it, pretty nice, right? Still got the plastic on the seat. I gave it a wash because it had 18 years of grime on it from being moved around. But everything cleans up nice. Now it's not perfect because it's 18 years old, and we can go over that because there are certain parts of it that are getting rusty, certain parts that are showing its age for how long it's been around. And there's some damage on the front from when the original owner bumped it into a wall. So, I don't know. Let's take a closer look at it. So we got that. That's unfortunate. Oh, you guys can see that kink. That was him running it into the wall. You got rust coming through. There's nothing you can do about this stuff. This is from underneath. From 18 years of just sitting, basically. This, oh, this was from me. I hate to say it, guys. Yeah. Oh, I let it fall over in my truck. That was a bad decision. Oh, all right, continuing on. But as you can see, the motor looking beautiful. Chrome rusting out from the top. As you guys can see, the side looking pretty, but I'm guessing it looks the same underneath everything. Rear fender looking good. Tires still even have the nubbies on them. Not so much the back tire, but the front tire still has the nubbies from factory. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the motor, brand new, been run 6 times, but this has never been ridden. No one's ever sat on it and actually rode this around. So that's probably the coolest part. So I mean, I keep saying brand new, but realistically, this is a brand new, if it's never been ridden, mini bike from 18 years ago. So yeah, take it in, guys. Might be the only brand new one you ever see if you didn't see one back in the day. But here's the thing, guys, gals. This is where I'm caught in the predicament of what do I do with this now? So most people buy a mini bike, and I bought this mini bike to ride. I mean, that's the obvious thing, right? But now I'm, like I said, caught in the predicament of it might be too nice to ride, if that doesn't sound ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, I want to put a dirt bike motor in it, to be real, to be honest, to be 100% with you guys, if I'm telling you the truth. A 250cc dirt bike motor in this, and then just pimp it out. Paint it the color I want, put a real gas tank on it so it's a real boy, and just make it an actual motorcycle. That's why I bought it. That's what I want to do with it. It's not even that big of a project to do that, realistically. Oh, I don't know if my hand, okay, my hand's not in it, thank God. All right, but yeah, so that was the plan when I got this, and I'll tell you guys how much I got it for. Now, I know a lot of you Americans are probably going to think the price I'm about to say is grotesque, but I mean, I'm sure you guys down there would pay the price as well for a brand new bike. But when you put the ad up, I'll point this out, nobody knew when you put the ad up that it was a brand new bike. He didn't say anything about that until I got there. But I drove 3 hours to get it, and apparently I'm the only guy that was like, I will be there in 3 hours. And well, of course I showed up. So I paid $400 for this mini bike, 400 Canadian. So that's like $275, $280 American. That's pretty good. That's an amazing deal. Then you come to find out that it's a brand new mini bike from 18 years ago. I think that's a steal of a deal, because if you look on Marketplace, mini bikes like this, Bajas, in okay shape are $1,000. Smaller mini bikes, $800. Nice mini bikes, $1,500. They're like, unlike the States, there are no cheap machines up here. Like if I want a 3-wheeler, because my original thought was a 3-wheeler motor with the 5-speed in this, I think it would fit nicer. I think it would look nicer. But the dirt bike is actually a 2008, so it's a little bit closer to the same year, right? So it's something someone would have done back then. That's kind of the theme with the bike. So, oh, but a 3-wheeler, if you want any sort of running 3-wheeler, you're looking at like 700, 900, 1,000, 1,500. If it looks nice, it's 1,500 plus. So you can't pick up anything here. If you find a 3-wheeler for 600 that runs, amazing deal. Pick it up. Even if it's got no plastics, no tank, garbage, just pick it up. So, yeah, I don't know. I was good. Like, well, I wanted to throw up a poll, but it's kind of ridiculous. I'm just going to make up my mind today what I want to do. I emailed the original company, which if I come back around, Hensim. This thing is so early that it doesn't even have a headlight switch. The headlight is actually wired to the motor. So that is quite the early model. I believe by the VIN number, it might be the 767th bike made. So I emailed the company just if I could get information on the bike, how early it is. Is it the last one? Like if this is the last Mini Baja bike new, I'm gonna put quotations around the word new, but in my mind it's basically new. It's never been ridden by a human. Is it the last one? If it's the last one, is it important to them? If it's not really important to them, and let's say like they email me back and they got 100 of these freaking things in the back warehouse still, it's not that rare of a bike then, really. Even if they're all over in Japan, not that rare of a bike. Nobody's looking for a brand new Mini Baja. They just want a mini bike. You know what I mean? This just happens to be a brand new one. So in that aspect, I'm thinking motor, dirt bike motor, gas tank, 3-wheeler gas tank. I can pick those up separately. I have to buy the whole dirt bike, but for the tank I could buy that separately. I don't have to buy, and it's only like 45 bucks. You can buy some parts pretty cheap, but you can't buy a 3-wheeler cheap, not running. But the motor, I'm also afraid, like, because from sitting so long, at some point someone just opened the throttle and the needle stayed. So when you open the choke, this bitch just goes full bore. And like, I think it's actually even pulling the governor because it goes way louder than like a stock one. So the governor might just be full throttle at this point. So even if I like fix the carb and get it running, am I gonna get 2 full power runs out of this? And then every seal in that motor is gonna blow for being 18 years old? You know, you have to consider that when you pick up an older machine. It's brand new. A lot of guys would be like, well, it's a brand new machine. But that motor has only run 6 times in its life. So there's a solid chance, make sure I'm still filming here, there's a solid chance that you give it 2 full power runs and it blows something out. It looks pretty, but the insides are going to be iffy, right? So, yeah, basically that's where we're at. Trying to make up my mind on what way I want to go. Is this thing going to sit in the corner and be a display piece? Or is this thing going to have a dirt bike motor in it by tomorrow night and I'll be ripping it? Or am I just going to fix the carb and rip this thing as is until I need to fix certain things? You know what I mean? Because I could just fix the needle. It's like a 15-minute fix on the carb and then be on my way. But what I'm worried about, again, to emphasize, is as soon as I fix the carb and ride it, this is no longer a non-ridden brand new bike. It now becomes my ridden mini bike, a used mini bike. I don't know if I want a used mini bike. I rather enjoy having a brand new mini bike from a long time ago. As I'm getting older, I'm becoming like a nostalgia guy, I think. The other day, I got a Vanilla Ice cassette tape and a Rick Astley cassette tape. Awesome. Gonna put those on the shelf. There was no Vanilla Ice tape in it, of course. There was a Rick Astley one, but somebody swapped out the Vanilla Ice one. Which I'm like, why would they even do that? They're 25 cents a cassette. Like, why would you even swap that out? Just buy the whole thing. Yeah. So, guys, that's pretty much the video. Just a thumbnail. No edits, no nothing, no music, no 40 minutes. And the next time you guys see this will be probably the decision maker. Like, I'll just tell you guys, if it's sitting in the corner in my storage unit, I'll show you guys that that's where it's sitting as a time capsule of Mini Baja. That's like depending on the email, but I might just go pick up that dirt bike and start doing it anyways. So the next time you guys see this, it might be like a 100 km/h ripper. Decisions, right? When you pick something up, because in Canada, like I said, 400 is cheap and $100 gas, because I had to drive like 3 hours both ways. But if you take my time and gas out of it, 400 bucks for a machine that runs in Canada and doesn't look like garbage is a saint. So I have all the options in the world. I could sell this right now for $1,000. I've already got a $700 offer, which is low, but I could sell it for $1,000 right now if I put it back up, and it'll sell because it's brand new. And then, but I'd have to tell people. A lot of people would want to buy it not knowing that, like, with an older machine, it might just blow out in a week of riding it, you know what I mean? So there's certain times when you go to sell something and, like, you gotta, like, kind of gauge if the person's ignorant on it when you're selling it to them, so they know, and they don't call you in a week like, oh, it blew the fuck up. It's like, yeah, well, it's 20 years old and it's never been ridden. There's a reason why I'm iffy on what to do with it. But yeah, so guys, that's it. If you watch this, thanks for coming back to the channel. I know it's been a while. My life has been very hectic and all over the map. Quite the fucking roller coaster. And my new shop's not ready. So while I'm waiting, because you guys, I don't know if you can see, there's nothing in there. So my three-wheeler's in storage. I needed something to do, hence why I bought the bike. But once I bought the bike, the guy gave me the whole story, and then I'm hesitant on riding the bike or changing it because it's brand fucking new in a time capsule. But decisions must be made because I'm itching to do something. So, again, thank you guys for coming back. Steve the Canadian here. As always, doing random stuff, just posting whatever. If you follow on my Twitter at Steve the Canada, not Steve the Canadian, Steve the Canada, you will see much more because I post daily there about all the random shit. But I got to get that Twitter verified back so I can post actual 10-minute videos. They only give you 2 minutes of time there. But here, I can talk to you forever. I can do whatever. I can just stand here and stare at you for like another 5 minutes. I'm not gonna though. So, ladies, gents, 2006 Mini Baja, possibly the last brand new one on earth. Never ridden. Let's see how this goes. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for coming back. Subscribe, like button, do whatever you want to do. I'll see you guys later. Look at that baby. Oh yeah, what a beauty.